secure with it. And I didn't realize till I got over here that maybe I wasn't fully bought into the product that I was offering and selling. So it's really been a fun experience to be here and just have a weight off my shoulders and be more comfortable putting it out there and talking about it and finding people to help. And part of what has changed for me is Brandon DeVere recommended Who Not How. And I thought, that's silly. I mean, it's obvious what the book is about and I get it. I don't need to read this, but it is such a great book. And it really gave me some shifts about what I want to do and how I want to do agent attraction. And I grew up playing team sports. And so I really feel like I just want to get my dream team around me and pour into them and work together and do this together and teamwork. I have felt, I mean, entrepreneurship is lonely and we've been working alone. I don't know, we just, even though we've had people around us, it's really easy to feel alone in your business doing all the things. And so I've kind of shifted and I'm excited to go after the sharks that I think will never leave, are really just the people that inspire me and the people that, you know, when you're around those people and you can feel their energy and you like it and it makes you better. I mean, I just want to add value to people, see how I can help them and go for my dream team. Like so many times I've just watched and, you know, been kind of intimidated and scared to reach out. And I mean, John, you're a little bit of a good example, but I didn't know you, so it was easier. But like, what could I add to these people? What value could I add to these awesome, badass, big dog realtors that are selling millions of real estate? But at the end of the day, like they do move, they do change brokerages and they are human and you do have things to add to them. And so I'm just going to continue to reach out to people that I want to do business with and life with. So in Who Not How, they just talked about getting really clear on what you want to do, your vision, your purpose, like what are you trying to accomplish? And then think about if you like who in your life would be that could help give you perspectives and different resources and different networks and different ability to go beyond what you could do alone and faster and more efficient. Like, or are we keeping our goals so small to make them easier for us to accomplish on our own and letting our stop stories get in the way and stuff like that? So I've been really thinking of like just reaching out to people and ask them how they're doing. And this quote I liked, is there any way we can work together on something even bigger or where your unique potential could be fully utilized? And so think of different, I don't know, we all have different things that we're good at, different things that we're not good at. Cold calling makes me crazy a little bit, but I do enjoy putting stuff out there on social media and more passive prospecting. And I want to really get going on YouTube. So, I mean, I want to like help people, help give them shortcuts, help support them and show them how they can really expand all the things. And this model at Epique totally supports that, like a bigger, better purpose and more freedom of time, money, relationships, all the things. So instead of asking, how can we do this? I'm asking, who can we get to do this with and for us? And he was like, the stuff that you're procrastinating on and you keep putting off and keep putting off, that's some of the stuff that you need to find a who for. That's the stuff that, I don't know, it was an interesting perspective. Have you guys read that book?
Is that a Dr. Seuss book? Who Not How?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? It's
I'm a big fan. I'm going to read it now.
You should. It's
you know, it's funny,
Dan
Jessica.
Sullivan. Mm-hmm.
Dan Sullivan. Like I've heard of it before, but I've never really had an interest. And now I'm like, okay, I'm on Audible looking like, okay, I got to buy this like right now. It's so funny how things come into our life at a point when we're ready for it. And
it's
so
true. I had to. It's Benjamin Hardy too, I think. But yeah, in the sports perspective, like who would you want on your dream team? Like who could you count on to be there if you needed something? Who has a similar vision or drive or, you know, the right competencies and networks to bring to the table? Or who could you help with your strengths? And who do you want to win with? Who would it be so much fun to celebrate with? Do y'all watch 𝘲𝙗𝙗, that soccer show? It's so
Yes.
good, right? I love it. But the girls just won. I don't know. I'm just like that feeling and that like all that hard work. Like who do you want to, you know, I mean, we're getting tattoos when we get to 1,000 people. So who do we want to go get our tattoos with and win with and celebrate with and just work hard with? And it's fun to think about. And so I have a list, and you know, people who inspire me, or like I said, that their energy affects me in a positive way. And people that are big forward thinkers. And I don't know, I've gotten a few big players in my group. Hi, Jamie and John. And it's so fun. Like this is more fun than I've had in business in a long time. Like it's so fun with this business model, being able to help each other in a way where we all win. We're all kind of in it together. We don't have to just focus on getting our front line really huge to 50 people. So we can, whatever we can. And I was in Connor's group at EXP, and he recruited 𝘲𝙗𝙗, and �𝙗𝙗𝙗 is amazing and got like 2,000 people under him. And Connor didn't have that many people. I don't know. It just kind of showed me how important who, not how is, and all the synergies and teamwork and all the things. So it's super fun to work together. And then also I'll share. Oh, Dawn, can you allow me to share my screen? Okay. This method I got from John Glutch, and I changed it up a little bit to kind of fit my goals and stuff, but he had a system to help teach his agents how to go. His was 0 to like 40K in 12 months. Mine's a little bit bigger, but get your goal and put something visual, write it everywhere, have something in front of you where you see every day, and then create time blocks and make them non-negotiable. I know we all hear this, and it's still a struggle. I still put stuff on my calendar and don't respect it sometimes, but name your time block appropriately. And it can happen in just 2-hour time blocks that are non-negotiable in your calendar. And so he did 8 to 10 Monday and Thursday. He suggested spending the first 10 minutes listening to motivational recordings and reminding yourself how much it works. And just, you know, you kind of have to resell yourself on Epic, you know, learn all of the intricacies on Epic, get pumped up, get excited about it. It's cheesy, but I found these Spotify playlists like get me up and out of bed. And Walter, you do this too, and yours have been helpful too, but they get you going and remind you, like, I need people yelling at me sometimes. Back to
absolutely.
But they really, I don't know, just kind of get my mind in the right place. And then he suggests spending half the time building and half the time earning the right to be heard. So 6 jabs and then a right hook. And jabs are like little adding value in a different way, or inviting someone to something, or increasing.
That's a book too, isn't it? Have you read that book?
Which one?
Jab, jab, right hook.
It's Gary V.
Yeah.
No,
it's a book.
Jab,
That's a book.
Jab,
I have
jab,
it.
right hook.
Okay.
Jab, 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 right hook.
Awesome. So yeah, it's this.
Are you going to share this with us?
This template that I've shared before, and you know, you spend some of your time. Oh, where'd I go? Spend some of your time increasing your relationship score with people and doing the jabs, and then some of their time asking or increasing their Epic interest, or just asking them to have a conversation or go to coffee. And so you can, you know, invite them to the Epic meeting, or if they're curious, our calls on Thursday mornings, or, you know, we have group trainings in my group, or just something you've heard of, or, you know, sharing a podcast or a book or something with someone and just starting the conversations. Okay, here we go. Here's suggestions on where to find people. I liked Charles's list too from Zillow. Yeah, give times 6, then ask. And so any YouTube videos that we make or that Alexandra and and Angela's classes, they're so good, you guys, and people really need stuff like that. So just sharing something that we've done would be an easy way to start a conversation. I heard this podcast and thought of you. Some of the stuff still has EXP stuff on it, or offer help, or ask what's working for them in this market, or really just like building that relationship and their peers. And we're going through a lot of the same things right now. Who's the chat? Oh, okay.
You guys,
Yeah,
if I
I
lose
know, to be
internet,
heard. I know,
I
it's
just
good.
got a tornado
And
warning.
so pick a topic.
Sorry, Jess. It's headed your way, by the
Oh,
way.
no. I know. The rain is
I know. I
coming down
never
here.
get these, but it's pouring down rain right now. So if I lose internet, y'all jump
Yeah,
on
here too.
Charles's. Go to Charles's.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he has a great YouTube channel too. I really like how he does his stuff. But yeah, check in like a normal person. How are things going with you guys? Just thinking about you, how's business, whatever. And then you could invite to an in-person thing or just coffee, or send them your market update, like their stuff on Insta, all these questions. And then with people you have a good relationship, you can just be direct and be like, hey friend, I've been over here for a couple months. It's awesome. You know, my group is growing. Are you available for a call? That's pretty direct, but that's how Dawn got me over. It was like the shortest, most direct. I mean, it was just like the website. What do you think? Like literally that was it. And so it works because we have a good relationship and I trust her and I know her well. But yeah, and then if you don't know them well, you can say, you know, how do you like the stuff I've been sending? Was that helpful? Do you think it'd be interesting to chat about partnering? Just that's the right hook, the more direct part. Have you tried blank that I sent? Was it useful at all? You know, that's just a little about what we do here at Epique. Do you want to hear more? Are you open to hearing more about what a business partnership would look like? So every time we go in and do these things, we can increase one of these scores, our relationship score and the interest in Epique score. And you can make this whatever you want. Like if you want to engage with their page, if you want to invite them to your Facebook group, when you need to follow up with them next, when you told them you would get back to them if you sent them something. So that is a little bit about what I've done and what feels most authentic to me and kind of how I want to do it in the future. It's so fun to work with people that give you life and energy, and when you have down days that can bring you back up, and then you're both there to support these people. Like it's just, this Epique, even more than other brokerages, it really fosters such a collaborative environment. I'd much rather have me and Jamie helping, and Jamie taught, she's so good at teaching. She's so good at, I don't know, we have different strengths and different experiences. And so it's so much fun to just work together on things and people and groups and all be able to help each other and do these events and in-person things together. And I've just really been enjoying that. So I know I need to do my own stuff too, but I'm gonna go after the ungettable people and the people that, you know, just we got to step it up. And I want to put those people around me so I continue growing. And, you know, new agents are great, but it's hard right now. And a lot of times they need a lot of help, and it's a hard market. So don't be afraid to go after the people that, I don't know, might be intimidating or you might think are ungettable. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
just
wanted to
never
say
know.
something on that real quick, Jess. I want to piggyback off of that because so day before yesterday, I had I looked at an article here, the top producer New Orleans thing about this big producer with Keller Williams. Not going to say his name, but he was like, I was like, man, that'd be so amazing to have like somebody of that caliber, somebody of that name. And I was like, no way. He's been with Keller Williams forever, you know. And I talked myself out of it. Yesterday, I get an email. Fill in the blank wants to join Epique. Contact them. Same dude. No joke. I talked to him for 30 minutes yesterday. We have a meeting today at 4 o'clock. And yesterday I was talking to Paulina about this. I said, never again am I going to talk myself out of calling somebody, because we are getting the attention that we thought we were going to get. And this
Yeah.
dude's a monster. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
That's
I
so
was like,
exciting. And I've
I
done
said,
the
never
opposite,
again.
where I'm like, oh, they would never leave. And then I get a notification that they left and went to Keller. And I'm like, what? Why? You know, like, oh my God, what in the world were they thinking? And I just wonder all the things about what went into that decision. And then I'm kicking myself for not, you know, getting in there and being part of the conversation earlier. So
do we change our mindset to it's a disservice if we don't bring it to them?
absolutely. Yeah.
We can't have
And
that
I've had
conversation in our own mind that is not there, you know, and Walter just proved it. You know, that was a conversation in Walter's own mind that was not happening. The dude is not happy and he's reaching out. And so it's like, we've just got to get past that mindset of, oh no, I don't want to talk to that person, because it's a disservice to them if we don't give them that option. And that's what I have to work on. Is I'll do the same thing, Speedy. I talk myself out of it. I'm like, oh no, that person's there. But I need to get in that mindset that, Mary, it's a disservice if you don't bring it to him. It would be a disservice if Dawn didn't bring this to me. You know what I mean? So I get that. So I think that's a big mindset swap that I need to get into. So Walter, thank you for bringing that up.
Me too. And then it reminds me of all the people I've heard that are like, thank you. This changed my life. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have these things. And I'm so grateful. And why didn't you tell me sooner? I had no idea this was out there. Haven't you guys heard people say that? Yeah, it's true. And I've gotten some really nice no thank yous. It's good to hear from you. I'm really happy where I am. And that's totally fine. It never goes terrible. You know, we don't really have much to lose. So.
Hey, Jess, those no thank yous, and I'm happy where I'm at. Trust me, you are then on their radar and they're going to monitor.
Absolutely.
So you've done a great thing. You got your foot in the door.
Planting seeds. They might give that social media stuff another look.
Yeah. Oh, they'll see. They'll be paying attention. Then they'll see someone else that jump. Nobody likes to lead. Everyone likes to follow. What we have is value. We have the iPhone right now. I remember when the iPhone came out, a friend of mine's like, check this out. I stood in line for 6 hours and I thought, what the hell are you carrying a computer around with you for? Doesn't make any sense. A couple of years later, I got rid of my flip phone and I got the iPhone. It's the way of the world. Things are going to go your way. So make the introduction, have confidence in the fact that you're selling something of value. You have two things that nobody can teach you. You have two advantages. You're likable and you're trustworthy. People are going to pick up the phone. They're going to listen to you. They're going to hear what you say.
Thanks,
so
John.
You made up your mind. That's what I'm hearing. And you're going to bring them value. So keep doing it. And Speedy, what a great example. I mean, he got a whale he's having a meeting with today that he had already considered calling. So why not?
Yeah. And I want to piggyback off of that too, because I have a great pivot for the happy agents, right? I always tell them, look, that's great news, because I'm not looking for unhappy agents. There's a small percentage where, yeah, your brokers might maybe not giving you the services or the mentorship they said they would. But in most cases, unhappy agents will probably be unhappy no matter where they go. So I'm just looking for agents that might be interested or open-minded to looking at a model that could change everything for you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a link. Just do me a favor between now and I'm going to follow up with you Monday. Check it out. Do you and I that favor? Check it out. Look at, take you 5 minutes. Scroll through everything, click learn more. And I'm going to call you Monday at 10 o'clock just to kind of check in. And same thing as Charles's script. So look, if you look at it and you have no interest, just text me and let me know. But if not, I'll talk to you Monday at 10 o'clock. Fair enough? Boom. Not looking for unhappy agents. So thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're really happy where you are, but if anything ever changes, please keep me in mind. Things are awesome over here, whatever. And how can I help you? How can we help each other? How can we help each other's businesses? There's a few ways that I feel more comfortable and authentic talking to people. And so I try to write that down. Thanks, Walter. Yeah, it's so true.
And you
Charles.
know, another thing that I like to bring up in those conversations when it goes that way is my referral list. So I have a referral spreadsheet that I use, and I send a send out card. And so when I'm having that conversation and really trying to just see how they're doing and working up to it, I bring up, you know, I'm always looking to build my referral list. So that's a really easy way for me to open up the conversation and then just say, how's your business going? And then I warmly bring it into the conversation if I'm not that close to them. But
Yeah. What are you seeing out there? What's working for you guys right now? You're killing it. Like, I see you out there doing awesome, whatever. Giving them a compliment never hurts.
But the time blocking part is the hardest part for me. I'm not going to lie. It's like, I like how he said, do it like Tuesday and Thursday is a great day. I'm going to do that because I've been trying to do it every day. And then I feel guilty if I miss a day. But I think if you really hit it hard for like 2 days instead, and those are not the same days that I do video, because I time block like to do video for Reels, for YouTube, for whatever. And then I literally mentally, energy wise, cannot do both. Like I have to pick. And so next week I'm really going to break that down a lot more to see if that really helps. And I think it really takes a lot of self-reflection to figure out, like, where are you with your energy in all of these things, and when is it the best, and work around that.
Absolutely. And people are starting to reach out to me, like, how do you like it at your new brokerage? And, you know, just by being loud and proud and posting on social media and being obnoxious. It's worked. I've gotten a
As
few
long as
people.
you're not obnoxious on our Wednesday Epique meetings.
I know.
Oh boy, Dawn, she
There's
brought it
a
up.
place.
Here we go.
I'm just saying, let's not put that out there for the whole world to see.
There's a place.
Anyway.
Don't put your crazy on display.
You know.
And I feel like they need to make those be some kind of format where it's like, don't speak unless you're spoken to, because you've got, you know, 4 or 5 pages of agents from everywhere, and we all don't, it's to learn about the company, not hear the complaints about the company. And so I'm going to say
and we've
something.
invited
Sadly, though,
people that aren't in
those
the company too.
Yeah.
We, you know, there's
What?
people that aren't in the company there too.
Yeah,
So they're seeing
exactly. That was
Ex-
yeah. I mean, it could be embarrassing.
it was bad, but the outcome of that was great because in real time he was told he was doing it wrong
Yeah.
in front of everybody. So it was. I agree that the open forum is an interesting idea. But you know, when anybody has those moments, there was a couple comments that were cringeworthy that were not by leadership. So
Yeah.
you know, I guess that's
Oh.
part of the potential snags with the public facing thing, but whatever.
Well, what about when we have like hundreds of people on those calls? I mean, it could get, I don't know.
If
maybe-
full disclosure, I'm against an open meeting, to be honest. That's just my 2 cents. But
I
whatever.
agree. I don't think that should be like that. I think if he's going to do an open meeting like that, everybody should be muted. It should be for announcements, because everybody has a meeting. Like, I love having the company meeting and hearing about it. I don't like that everybody can give their comments freely, because I mean, we just all come from a different place, and respectfully, you know, your place is not always the right place for me. Like, we're all here because we're all like-minded and kind of the same thing. Like, if any of you said that, I'd be on the phone with you going, what are you thinking? But it was just
Oh,
embarrassing.
those conversations absolutely happened. Those conversations absolutely happened. Literally the second that meeting was over.
Oh, good.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be in the agent advisory council, and I'm going to be like, that's going to be the first thing I'm going to suggest. I'm sure you've already suggested it, but that was crazy.
Girl, yeah. And one more script I want to tell everyone that I really love, and it's my favorite, and get out your pencils and write this down. No, I'm just joking. I heard this somewhere, but hi. How's it going? How are you? Hey, how are you? Like, that's it. Just call people and say hi and ask them how they're doing, and they'll do the same. It's just like Legion for buyers and sellers. It doesn't have to be I mean, these are people you know, obviously, so your warm list, but we don't have to get in our heads about, oh, they're not going to want to talk to me. They're not going to want to move, whatever. Just call and ask them how they're doing and talk like real humans.
I think that's one of
See,
the biggest challenges we have, whether it be our buyer seller prospects, our sphere of influence, or even people that we know that we're trying to attract is, and that's honestly, there's no right or wrong, but that's why I lean towards the cold, right? Because sometimes it's weird to have to warm that conversation back up. I mean, it's valuable to do so. And if you have that skill set, that's amazing. But I think that's the challenge. I think that's the apprehension that most people feel is like, especially with buyers and sellers, they're like, man, this person knows I'm calling for business. Right. And if you've followed me on social media at all and you're not with Epique and I call you, you know what I'm calling to talk about, so it's kind of a challenge sometimes. Hell, some of your best friends will even block you, right, Dawn?
yep,
Dawn blocked me for a while.
I did. True story. True story. When he first left EXP and he was putting out blasting all this epic stuff, I was like, man, I love you, Charles, but I'm gonna have to unfollow you. I didn't tell him that even. I just unfollowed him or shut him off, whatever I did. And then until
You
I
shut
did
me
it.
off, but you can't shut me up.
Yeah. But no
Yeah,
matter what,
look where you are.
I saw you in my Facebook feed. I think I stopped seeing your story on Instagram, but I still saw you on Facebook, just not quite so much because that was literally in your face. And I saw it and I knew it. So even though I shut you off, guess who I called when I was ready?
Right. That's right.
Exactly.
I think that's for all of us. We can't really be too upset if somebody tunes us out. And I think probably just kind of leaning into what Dawn says is like sometimes when they tune you out, it's because you've really struck a nerve with them. Right. And so possibly, even though Dawn may not have, but others I know that don't follow me still check in on my page. Like they'll actively go search me so that they can see what's going on. And I think that's for all of us. I mean, the social media game's clearly a very valuable part of this whole process, but sometimes, we post something and we're instantly looking for the clicks, the likes, the comments, the validations. And it took me a long time to realize that doesn't necessarily represent the effectiveness of your campaign. Right. Sometimes, especially when we're talking agent attraction, nobody wants to be seen liking or commenting on your stuff. So often it's the action you see in the DMs. That's where the real metrics are measured right there. Because we are, nobody wants to admit they're looking at something.
To speak to that, the lady, the girl I talked to yesterday that we're going to be talking with, she said she
Who's
saw my
already in
post
the
a month
DMs, by the
ago.
way.
Yeah, she said I saw it a month ago, and it's just made me think. And so it's the long game too that we've got to remember that they are seeing us. They may be blocking us, but they are seeing us, and we've struck a chord. And this person was, I mean, she was like, I'm going to get a hold of somebody today. And I didn't get her on the first call. I didn't get her on the second call. So she called Josh Miller and then I called her back and we had an amazing talk. And Josh was like, yeah, go talk to Mary. And then I called Charles and it just, we've got to think about whatever we're putting out there is still affecting what and where we're going to be months from now.
And she's as good as signed up. We've been messaging since like 5:30 this morning.
Are you kidding me?
No,
That's awesome.
not even.
I love it.
Not even.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I don't want to see stuff if it's going to mean hard work that I don't want to do. I don't want to switch brokerages right now. I don't want to see it right now, but it's going to stay in the back of your mind when you are ready and when things do slow down.
And guys, we all know this, but if there was ever an agent that was going to got, this is the stretch of the year that's going to happen in. So your efforts are magnified right now. Your efforts are probably the most valuable and potent that they're going to be all year long. This is moving season, right? So let's double down, work hard, and there'll be a little breather or a lull at the first of the year. But right now, everybody's thinking new year, new me. New brokerage.
And utilize everybody. I mean, everybody on this call right now, I would send somebody to in a heartbeat to talk to them along with myself, I'd be on the call, but not like someone else, but I would trust any one of you guys to still have the passion that I have and exude that passion that you have and the excitement. And I think, Jessica, you said it before that, you maybe weren't completely bought in on the last one. And that resonated with me because I think I was the same way. But when I came over here, it's from the top down that the quality of people and the people that we have I mean, just right here on this call is unreal. And then when you have leadership that really feel the same thing and the same way that we do, that we're going to do this right, and it's not going to be, the wild, wild west, and we're not going to bring in idiots. And if we do, oops, and let's make sure we take care of it, So I think
Already did that.
leaning in and leaning on the people that are showing up and being a part of your life in this epic family, I think is amazing, and I appreciate every one of you.
Love it. Walter, did you see what I said to your girl that gave the bad comment?
Yeah.
That was so rude of her. I hate that. I hate it when I see it with anybody. Like, don't diss the brokerages that you've been at. Like, it's just so disrespectful. I'm not ever going to say anything bad.
Yeah.
It's so hard to take the high road. I wanted to comment and be like, actually, we kicked you out. Let's get the facts straight. But of course, we take the high road.
And I got receipts. I have a 10-minute audio message on my phone of her literally begging me to take her license back.
I'd hate for that to slip out.
Oh yeah, that'd be bad.
and accidentally tag her.
Crying.
You guys, we're talking about somebody that was really hard in Walter's group, and he actually let her go. And then she was in like lab coat agents or something the other day, and she was talking crap about Epique and how we didn't have good whatever. And I commented
lack of support, and she said something else like, bro, you got fired.
Don't ruin it for other people. I didn't say that, but anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Angela, do you have something to add?
Angela.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, everything that I've been talking about this week in the local agent legend thing, you can take all of that and apply it to agent attraction too, right? Like, you can make you're just like my tribe has always been real estate agents. Like, you can create a separate tribe just for real estate agents and use that and the same methods that we're talking about in agent attraction. So, and I think everything that we've been talking about, I mean, the stuff you're talking about today, Jess, the stuff that Charles told us about, I don't know if it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, like all that stuff can still be utilized within that same framework, right? Because it's kind of what you're saying about like that jab, 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 right hook thing, right? Is like, that's really what you're doing with a tribe, right? Is like you're supporting them, you're showing up for them, you're doing the things. I mean, those are the jabs, right? So I'm just saying, like, the same framework can be utilized in an attraction method for sure.
I love I'm a big Gary Vee fan. I mean, he's rude, he's crass, he's abrupt, but that's my flavor. But he uses the jab, 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 right hook concept. And I've always kind of looked in a similar concept, but I always thought about making emotional and business related relationship deposits into an account, so to speak. And long before when we think about our checking account, long before we can make a withdrawal, we have to make plenty of deposits. And so that's the ways, whether it be jab, jab or relationship deposits, whatever you want. Often we have to give and provide before we ever receive. And that's perfectly fine. So sometimes if we're only just throwing haymakers, just wild hooks at people, they're going to duck it. You're going to gas out and you're going to quit. Right. But when you tune them up with those jabs, or you make those relationship deposits and you check on them with no ask at all, just genuinely investing in that relationship, then you make enough deposits that one day, whether it's the right hook or you go to the ATM with the debit card, you slowly make a withdrawal. And so I think often we forget the deposits or the jabs, and we throw the haymaker. right? And often haymakers rarely connect. So I think I love the concept. It's really just a mindset, right? We got to give before we receive in anything, right? With our clients, with our agents, anything, our relationships.
Awesome.
I think we all operate under that same mindset.
Yeah, definitely. I want to give you guys a good tool. I love this tool. It's called Headway, and it is books. They have books, and I just looked up, and Jab Jab Right Hook is on it. And it's like the summary of the whole book in like 15 minutes. So you don't have to go listen to like the whole book. And so I always go there first to listen to a book. So I get like the highlights. And then if I really like it, I'll go buy the book and listen to the whole thing. But anyway, I just thought I would share that that's on there.
Awesome.
It's called Headway.
Nice.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I had
Awesome.
agents that were calling me, like asking me broker questions or just transaction questions forever and ever. And they were like, you respond so much better and more often than my broker. And eventually they joined my group. So it's good to show them what it's like here before they get here. And we're collaborative and we're supportive and we're awesome. So I like that. Help them before they get here.
Somebody,
All right.
I think I was talking with one of Rachel. I was talking with one of her clients or potential onboards. Apparently, a big to do in the commercial space and everything. And already, they were telling her that they've heard on the streets that her organization was the one to join. And that's really, I think, what her organization is, all of us, right? It doesn't matter the lineage, doesn't matter where we are in the Christmas tree, so to speak. But I think everybody here is actually trying to provide value, actually acting in the way that we all wanted to see happen at our previous brokerages, and we're all authentically giving to this community. And so the word is out. And if the word is out, and most of you on this screen haven't even been here 90 days. But we're the ones that are pushing the word out. So can you imagine what that's going to look like in 12 months? Can you imagine the foundation of what we're actually building here? That is so exciting. I mean, like, I have a feeling, not a feeling, a guarantee in my gut that 12 months from now, the people on this call are going to look back at the path we've traveled, and we won't recognize where we started because it will be so vastly different from where we stand. And I think all of us, everybody on this call, has the ability and the desire to build something very big, very unique. And big is not a number. Big's whatever big is to you, right? Not everybody's got the same goals, and that's perfectly fine. But I do feel that really, really fortunate to be in business, which I know a lot of you have said the same thing, but I'm fortunate to be in business with all of you because I really think we have finally compiled a group of thought leaders that kind of see some of how the flaws were at previous models, whether it's a downline model, whether it's a traditional model. I think we've all identified that there's a better way of doing it. And sometimes that starts with the personnel within. It's not just the offering. It's the personnel, the people, the relationships. And that's what this group seems to be focused most on, which is what makes me very, very excited to be in business with you guys.
Same.
Love it. All right, everyone. Well, does anyone else have any questions? Jess, did you want to add something?
No, I just want to talk to Charles about that team at some point offline, that commercial
team,
Rachel, but it doesn't matter when.
All right.
We'll link up after this next call.
Allison, I just want to hear your
with Priscilla and Pat Baby.
Hey, girly.
Here you are.
I'm getting my hair done, so I do not want to put my camera on.
No worries.
But I loved hearing you guys, and you all are an inspiration.
Aww. Awesome.
And Mary, I can't wait to see you.
Well, welcome to the team.
Yep.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to jump over to the discovery room, and I will see you guys on the flip side. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone. Don't forget, we offer every week the discovery call, Epique Q&A at 10 o'clock. If you have somebody you are welcome to bring them to that. Just let us know ahead of time so we could get them added to the calendar. All right, bye everyone.